2017 was a relatively quiet year for Aubrey, at least by Drake's standards. He dropped his 22-track playlist, More Life, which contained a mixture of London Drake, Jamaican Drake, and of course good old Toronto Drake. And in terms of women, the love of his life became an icon in the beauty game and was spotted multiple times with a billionaire. Love of his life number 2 had a child with a different billionaire. He did find short-term teenage love with another superstar, but like he says on Diplomatic Immunity, in 2017 he also lost to J-Lo. With all of that heartbreak, we were expecting a Take Care Part 2 in 2018. He took the summer off for recovery as his fans patiently waited for him to give us the summary like he promised on Do Not Disturb. But even the ever-calculated Drizzy couldn't have guessed what would happen in the upcoming year. 2018 would bring us new music, new records topped, a new tour, new women, new beefs, and of course, a new child. Or at least new to most of the world. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on when you're watching this. My name is Jeremy Hex, and I will be your guide today, taking you through the ever-complicated life of Drake in 2018. I've been a Drizzy stan since '09, so I will try to be as objective as a Canadian can possibly be here, but there is a lot to cover, so let's jump right into it, and if I missed anything, please let me know in the comments down below. Let's go! After 8 months of silence, on January 19, 2018, Drake dropped off a pair of singles and titled it the Scary Hours EP. The two songs were Diplomatic Immunity and God's Plan, and in classic Drake fashion, one of the songs showcased reflective bars over a moody instrumental, the other had a more melodic pop rap turn-up vibe. On Diplomatic Immunity, Drake took some shots at Joe Budden and DJ Academics after they consistently criticized him on their show Everyday Struggle. He ironically also had a line on that song saying, "I got the sauce and now shorties keep claiming Prego." Drake hopped on Blockboy JB's song Look Alive on February 8th, and as he does with most features, he stole the show. Although Blockboy's "Bitch Come Through, You and You" line is still iconic. On the song, Drake rapped, "I've been gone since like July, people are acting like I died." So Drake reminded people that he's still able to make hits with ease, and he really didn't go anywhere. But it was God's plan that would take over the world's ears, and once the video dropped, their tears. Because on February 19th, after being teased on Drake's Instagram as the most important thing he's done in his career, the music video for God's Plan was released on YouTube. The video was directed by Karina Evans and showcased Drake giving out the entirety of his nearly $1 million budget for the video's production to people in need in Miami. The gifted ranged from families to college scholarships, high schools, and more. As of December, the video has received more than 900 million views and is the 17th most liked video of all time on YouTube, with 9 million thumbs up. The video received 5 nominations at the MTV Music Video Awards, including Video of the Year, and won Video of the Year at the BET Awards. Karina also won Best Director at the iHeartRadio MMVAs. The song broke single-day streaming records on Apple Music, and the record sat the #1 spot on Billboard Hot 100 for 11 straight weeks, and it was only unseated by none other than Drake himself, with the second single from his upcoming project, Nice for What. Wow, that was a lot to say about one song, but the song was a smash, what can I say? Drake continued his Good Guy campaign, releasing the Lauryn Hill sampled Nice for What on April 6th with the accompanying music video. It became a female anthem, and if you didn't see a girl on Instagram with a caption from that song during the summer, then you probably just didn't recognize the lyrics. There really was nothing like seeing a girl shake her head and mumble under her breath, "Nice for what?" after you do something stupid. The video was directed by Karina Evans once again and was all about female empowerment, showcasing the strong nature of successful women like Olivia Wilde, Misty Copeland, Tracee Ellis Ross, Tiffany Haddish, and more. Karina Evans wrote on Instagram that it was a privilege and a blessing to have told this story with every single one of you revolutionary women, both in front and behind the camera. The song became Drake's 5th #1 and lasted in the spot for 4 weeks, topping the Hot 100 for 8 non-consecutive weeks. Drake also hopped on a remix of Family Feud with his boss Lil Wayne, and he seemed to hint that this year was going to be one of redemption and forgiveness. He rapped, "Super Bowl goals, I'm at the crib with Puff, he got Kaepernick on the phone, he in a whole different mode." Referencing his former feud with Diddy where someone was allegedly slapped. In the next bar he mentions dinner with Hove, who he has also been going back and forth with for years. And he even talks about his situation with Meek, rapping, "We gonna have to break the Billy curse, I need my paper long like a Millie verse, or too long like a sentence from a Philly judge, is the point in all the beefing when we really blood." It seemed like Drake was all about love and no beef in 2018. Enter Pusha T. On May 25th, Pusha T released his third solo studio album, Daytona, to critical acclaim, some even calling it the rap album of the year. But it was the last track in particular that raised a lot of rap fans' eyebrows, especially Drake's. The track Infrared was interesting for multiple reasons. First, because Pusha seemed to be replying to the rock Drake threw his way on Two Birds One Stone in 2017, stating, "It was written like Nas, but it came from Quentin," referencing Quentin Miller, Drake's alleged former ghostwriter. But what was also noted is that Kanye West, Drake's frequent collaborator and at the time friend, produced Pusha's whole album including the diss track. So less than 24 hours, Drake replied with a diss track of his own aimed at Push and Kanye. Many even took the track to be more of a shot at Kanye than Push. And whenever you start a diss song off with a sigh, it's about to get real. On the track, he asked Push how he could even think about coming at him over ghostwriting when Drake has ghostwritten plenty for Kanye West, who is his boss, and in fact, he was just over there putting pen to the sheets.
As friends, helping you, and now you're dissing me, so I'm like, man, this is dark.
He also threw some shots Push's way, rapping, "Man, you might have sold to college kids for Nike and Mercedes, but you act like you sold drugs for Escobar in the 80s. I had a microphone of yours, but then the signature faded. I think that pretty much resembles what's been happening lately." Drake actually did have an old Pusha T signed microphone and was a massive Clips fan, so this whole thing was probably pretty disheartening to be dissed by one of his idols.
I had a microphone that Pusha T used during the show. It was like plastic, but it had his autograph on.
At the end of the track, he tells Push that Kanye should expect an invoice coming their way for sparking a conversation, replying to his diss, and probably selling more albums for him by getting his streaming numbers up. Aubrey is a man of his word and sent through an invoice for $100,000 to Good Music for promotional assistance and career revival. After memes started flying Push's way and many hip-hop critics praised Drake for his quick reply going straight to the bars instead of social media as he has proven to do in the past, Drake decided to get back to his album promo run, and a day later he dropped the single I'm Upset to a lukewarm reception. I didn't like the song at first, but as most Drake songs do, it did grow on me with the album. But with the internet patiently waiting by their keyboards, refreshing Pusha's timeline to see if he would reply, he kept them waiting for a few days. I remember sitting in my old school library and seeing a live stream from Funk Flex that said Pusha T responds to Drake live, and I couldn't have clicked any faster. Most people thought that Pusha would have to come back with something pretty impressive to win this battle, but as a legend in the game and a wordsmith, no one really doubted his ability. Pusha went into his bag of tricks and pulled out a child. Well, not really, but he did reveal to the world that Drake was a father. Pusha released the story of Adidon on May 29th, where he now infamously told Drake, "You are hiding a child," referring to Drake's child that he had yet to post a picture of, and actually, we still haven't seen Adonis, but maybe in 2019. The song's title referred to a combination of Drake's child's name and his upcoming clothing line with Adidas, which was supposedly going to be a nod to his son. Pusha claimed, "Adonis is your son and he deserves more than an Adidas press run." That Adidas deal clearly didn't go through, whether that was because of Pusha T or not, but as for now, it still checks over stripes. The world waited patiently and desperately for a reply from Drake, and the more the days went on, the more unlikely it seemed that the Sixth God would respond. The only replies we received were a note on his Instagram story explaining the photo Push used for the diss track, and an interview promo run from Jay Prince, who said that Drake wasn't gonna get in the pig pen. The cover for the story of Adidon was Drake dressed in blackface, a disturbing image with no context. So Drake gave context to the pic, stating, "I know everyone is enjoying the circus, but I want to clarify the image in question. This picture is from 2007, a time in my life where I was an actor and I was working on a project that was about young black actors struggling to get roles, being stereotyped and typecast." Jay Prince alleged that Drake had a reply to Pusha that was in the stash, but that it would be too hurtful and could ruin Kanye West's life. At first I didn't believe it, but after all the latest drama with Ye, I actually wouldn't be surprised if the track leaked accidentally.
You wrote the song and never put it out.
This is not something I ever want to be remembered for.
On June 13th, with still no response to Pusha T, Drake dropped the I'm Upset music video where he reunited his old Degrassi High cast. The iconic video made people forget what beef was, at least for a moment's time. Drake pushed back his original June 14th release date for his album Scorpion to June 29th. And on June 22nd, a series of billboards appeared in Toronto promoting the album with quotes like A-side, B-side, indicating that Scorpion could be a double album, Don't Hit Me When You Hear This, and Fashion Week is more your thing than mine, which at the time was thought to be a shot at Kanye, but was later revealed just to be song lyrics from Finesse, most likely referring to a female. On June 29th, fans patiently waited to hear what Drake had to say regarding his current situation, and he had a lot to say. On the opening track, he raps, "All of this disorder, no addressing, the crown is broken in pieces, but there's more in my possession." And after hearing side A and sitting with it, fans began to speculate that many of the songs were actually aimed at Kanye West. Songs like Can't Take a Joke, 8 out of 10, Mob Ties, and of course Emotionless seem to be addressing the feud between the two rappers, with lines like, "Meeting all my heroes is like seeing how magic works, people I look up to are going from bad to worse." And of course, on the same song, he revealed that Pusha was not lying and that he does have a son, rapping, "I wasn't hiding my kid from the world, I was hiding the world from my kid." If anyone out there thought that a little rap beef was gonna end Drake's career, they were very wrong. If anything, it somehow only made him stronger. Scorpion went on to receive average ratings from critics. I personally love side A, and I think with time, it'll be up there in terms of replay value for Drake albums. But it doesn't really matter because the album went on to become certified platinum on the same day of its release, thanks to its singles, and broke Spotify's one-day record for global album streams with 132.45 million streams. Also breaking Apple Music's single-day record with 170 million streams, breaking his own record once again, something Drake is probably used to by now. The album sold 732,000 copies in its first week, which also made it the biggest selling album of the year at the time. A couple songs in particular, though, started to catch on. Non-Stop taking over the radio and clubs, and Drake shooting a video for that was filled with memes of the rapper wearing a do-rag and sipping tea. And of course, In My Feelings, thanks to a man named Shiggy. On January 29th, online personality Shiggy posted a video of him dancing to Drake's In My Feelings with the caption, #mood, Kiki do you love me, at Champagne Poppy, #do the Shiggy, #In My Feelings. It went viral and became known as the In My Feelings Challenge. The original video now has over 7 million views on Instagram, and people who participated in the challenge included everyone from Ciara and Russell Wilson to Will Smith doing it on top of a skyscraper. Shiggy was even flown out to meet Drake and helped direct the music video for In My Feelings. All of the online attention helped propel the song to #1 on the charts. But some of the lyrics didn't sit well in the soul of a man who Drake was already not on great terms with. After a Twitter thread that went viral talking about all the subtle hints Drake may have been making about sleeping with Kanye's wife, Kim Kardashian West, Ye had enough. Kanye took to Instagram shooting multiple videos while walking towards the train tracks in Chicago and told Drake to leave his wife's name out of his mouth.
What I'm looking for my spirit to take accountability is the fact that it's people making rumors or thinking that you my wife and you're not saying nothing and you carrying it like that don't sit well with my spirit.
Apparently Kim's nickname is Kiki, so Kanye thought the song In My Feelings was about her. And although I didn't think anything of it at first, Drake is an extremely calculated dude, and later on he said in his interview with LeBron on his HBO show The Shop that the song was created after the Pusha beef, so you never know.
I didn't have In My Feelings, I didn't have On
October 13th, the second episode of LeBron's new show The Shop aired on HBO, with one of the guests being Drake. Pretty crazy how LeBron got the only Drake interview of the year, but on the episode Drake aired out some things about the battle and even said that he wanted to have children with Rihanna. Hate to break it to you, Drake, so does everybody in the world. Unless my girl's watching this, then I don't, and I take that back, and I only want you, baby, so. Anyways, on August 12, 2018, Drake embarked on the Scorpion tour, known as Aubrey and the Three Migos, featuring all three Migos. But it should have been called Drake's Forgiveness Tour, because throughout his stops, he literally brought out all of his former enemies to make peace with them on stage. His reconciliation included Chris Brown in Los Angeles, Tyga in Vegas, Tory Lanez in New York, Trey Songz in Atlanta, and to some people's surprise, but also not that much of a surprise, Meek Mill in Boston. The two shared an emotional moment on stage as they professed their mutual respect for each other as artists and brothers, and they were spotted playing ping pong backstage. Drake shared an emotional Instagram post about the moment, saying, "This really gave me peace of mind tonight. healing and moving forward, created one of the most electric and gratifying moments in my career. At Meek Mill, I'm happy that you are home and that we could find our way back to our joint purpose. Cue the Kevin Garnett anything is possible ad-lib. Anything is possible! Yeah, I'll give it that. After hinting that a song might be in the works, the two later linked up for Going Bad off of Meek's championship album. The song peaked at number 2 on the Billboard charts, but I have a feeling it will hit number 1 if they decide to make a video for it. Meek even went on Funk Flex and freestyled over Drake's back-to-back instrumental and made Flex apologize to Drake.
Drake, I apologize.
What a time to be alive. Drake killed it on features throughout the year though, hopping on songs like Yes Indeed with Lil Baby, which he performed every night on tour, bringing out a matching yellow Ferrari like Pikachu to dangle from the rafters and circle the stadium. Never Recover with Gunna and Lil Baby, No Stylist with French Montana where he warns people to never wear Yeezy 350s around him, the forgettable remix of Rihanna and NERD's Lemonade, and that's the one Drake remix in his whole career I could probably have done without. Bigger Than You with 2 Chainz and Quavo, Flip the Switch with Quavo, which I think also might be the only Drake feature ever that didn't make a cultural impact, at least from what I saw, and Walk It Like I Talk It with the Migos, which has a hilarious video, the video which now has 300 million views on YouTube and the song going 2 times platinum. He even had a feature in Spanish on the Bad Bunny track MIA with an accompanying music video, which went to the top of the Billboard Hot Latin Songs chart. The video now has over 400 million views on YouTube. But by far his biggest feature of the year came late in the summer when Travis Scott dropped his album Astroworld on August 3rd. Drake appeared on track 3 Sicko Mode, and the song ended up taking over for the rest of the year. With multiple beat switches and 2 different hooks, the song is a roller coaster ride straight out of Astroworld, the theme park. And one of the many highlights is Drake's verse. The song debuted at number 4 and ended up peaking at number 1 on the US Billboard charts, going certified 2 times platinum and selling over 2 million copies in the US alone.
Like a light, slept through the flight.
But it was Drake's lyrics on the song that once again upset Mr. West. This time Kanye took to Twitter 4 months after the record was released to claim that Drake was threatening him and his family. I guess Kanye was too busy going on political runs to actually listen to the song's lyrics until that time. The Twitter rant started after Kanye's team received a text from Drake asking to clear the sample for Say What's Real, a song that Drake had on his mixtape So Far Gone that samples Kanye's 808s and Heartbreaks intro, Say You Will. The 10th anniversary of So Far Gone is coming up, so I guess Drake was planning on putting it onto streaming services. Kanye had a lot more to say when it comes to Drake, but one thing that he made clear was that he will not say he will clear the sample. Drake's only response to this was posting crying, laughing emojis on his IG story. Apparently the two got on the phone, but I doubt their issues are over. Maybe on the Europe leg of Drake's tour, the two can hug it out on stage, but probably not. Although Drake's 2018 was filled with ups and downs, numbers-wise, it was one of his most successful years to date, and it seems like Drizzy's only getting bigger. He posted a text on Instagram listing his accomplishments from the year, which included, and this is just to name a few, #1 top overall artist on Billboard, #1 Hot 100 artist, #1 radio songs artist, and #1 streaming songs artist. So I think it's safe to say that no man, woman, or child will be slowing down Drake's run anytime soon. As for his 2019, he has promised more music as always, and recently said on stage he's working on another album so he can get back on the road and perform it for his loyal fans. His contractors are also finishing up his $40 million estate in Toronto, and I think he'll be making sure that his pool is just a little bit bigger than Kanye's swimming station in Calabasas. Wow, that was a ride. But that's it for this year in review video. As always for Famous News, I'm Jeremy Hecht. Thank you guys for watching, and leave me a comment on who you want to see covered next for this channel in the new year. Have a happy holidays, dream good, live better. Follow me on Insta at Jeremy_Hecht, and I hope you have one hecht of a day.